Hello and thank you for watching my video. Welcome to another in a series on how you can actually make gold in Guild Wars 2 in 2016. And yes, this is a dungeon. I will put out a disclaimer right now. If you are saying, or if you're expecting me to say dungeons are the best way to make gold in Guild Wars 2, I'm not going to say that. It isn't the best way to make gold. Full stop. Okay. There are the fractals. There are, pressing F. I've already done videos on these, but I was curious to see. We saw what happened pre-Heart of Thorns with the nerf to dungeon rewards, and I'd not done a dungeon since. I had never done, a dungeon under the new Defiance system and with elite specs. So for me, this was an interesting take to go back in and to actually see if they're actually still viable to make gold from this. So what you'll see here is not a flawless run by any mean, and me using a lot of different skills because the Defiance system is very different, and long gone is the ice bow for complete automatic stuns. You actually have to use your, the skills that break the Defiance bar, and can actually enable you to kill these enemies. But let's get to the crux of the argument. Why do I think this is still a viable way? Well, one of the things I'm doing right now is crafting a legendary, and I've come to the point where I've got all my characters at farming points around Tyria, and it gets bloody boring pressing F. Not only that, I do my daily fractals, and then what do? I've PvP'd for a bit, but I just want to earn gold. I get very, very bored of the silver waste farm, so how else can I make gold? And I was sitting in-game for about an hour looking at ways in which I can make gold, because I need 150 gold for my legendary, and if I want to do it, then I want to do it, by the end of the month, which is 12 days from now. I want to do it pretty quickly, and what ways are there of doing it? Well, dungeons. I thought, well, you know what, dungeons got a bit of a rep, but you always used to get loot from it. You get a lot of drops. You would get, not only that, you get dungeon tokens, which can be used for armor and weapons. And I wanted to come back and give you guys and show you what you can actually make from this. Now, I started off, you'll notice my gold count is very, very low. Pretty much because I'm buying orbs from amalgamated gemstones, but that's another issue. But I decided, for your benefit, rather than salvage things, I thought, well, what we'll do is we will sell everything and we'll show you the profit. And it works out that with regards to the dungeon run, you can make around 1 gold per dungeon. Now, what that means is that, again, if you're looking at doing things like Ra, or even like Sorrow's Embrace Path 2, or some of the harder, longer dungeon runs, they're not going to be as viable. They're not going to be as easy to do. What I am suggesting is the standard Ascalon Catacombs 1, 2, and 3, Sorrow's Embrace Path 1 and 3, Citadel of Flame Path 1 and 2, and any other dungeon that really can take less than 10 to 15 minutes. But not only that, with the new Defiance system, it actually means I found myself really enjoying the dungeon, because I'm back to a stage where I don't know how the best way to go about doing this dungeon is. And what you'll see here, we've got this General Zadorov. He was always hard to take out, but in this case, you break the Defiance bar. When the Defiance bar breaks, he gets hit for a shitloads, and it's really easy to take them down, and that's where the new system from Heart of Thorns comes in. So, is this a viable way of earning gold? Yes, you can earn a gold in 5 minutes. Is this the most efficient way of earning gold? Absolutely not. You can go and do the Elderwood log farm in Malkor's Leap, and you can earn the same amount in a couple of minutes if you have a couple of alternate characters there. What I am saying is, when you are bored with doing this farming, and when you have done your fractals, and you have done a bit of the silver waste farm, and you really are struggling on things to do in the game, if you want to make gold, dungeons is still a viable means of doing so. And I wanted to show you this yourself. So what we're going to see now is that we get a bit of gold. We've got 35 silver, and we actually got another 26 silver from that dungeon run. So that is not quite a gold from it, but what you've got to think about is the other rewards that we get from this. Now, if we look at the inventory, you'll notice a lot of different materials. We've got some gold, we've got some champ boxes, and if we had, I didn't have any boosters on. If you wanted to improve your magic find, you could definitely do so. But also, you will notice that we get a lot of loot and materials. You could sell all that as well. You know, we've got some orichalcum, piles of incandescent dust, we've got some cores there, some linen, and we actually also got a reclaimed weapon, which actually goes for a little bit on the trading post. But again, you know, we've got all of these items, and we can sell all these on the trading post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us to a merchant. So let's have a look. Let's see what the nearest one to a waypoint is. That one's contested. Let's just go to this one here. And what we'll do, we're not going to sell that reclaimed item. And what you will see is that we'll sell all the other stuff. You'll notice we're at 5 gold 25. So let's sell all this stuff here. We've got a rare as well that we could always salvage for fractals. So we're not going to sell that. We will probably sell that on the trading post. Either that or we'll salvage it. But again, if you can, I'll probably keep that just to salvage for the materials. We'll sell that. There's the reclaimed rifle, and the reason why I'm keeping that, I'm surprised. I actually didn't think that they were dropping outside of Heart of Thorns, but we actually sell the reclaimed rifle on the trading post, and that gets us another round about 15 silver after tax. So you'll notice that we're up to 560 already. So once that's and the rare, when we sell that on the trading post, we actually get around about just over 2 gold from this. Bear in mind that we're including the value of the materials that we've already deposited into our bank. And that is how much you can earn. You can earn at least, I would say, a gold every run you do. So this brings up an interesting point. You know, one of the things I think people are having issues with is actually finding a group was taking a lot of effort. And I have been on occasion, I've looked and I've never seen anyone doing it. However, that, I believe, is starting to change. And this is an example. What you'll see next is me going through looking for group and showing people like all the groups that are available. So there are people out there. As said, in conclusion, this isn't the best way to make gold, but it is a viable way to make gold. It is a standard way. Most people know how to do this. It can be very, very quick and easy. It's not as great as it once was, which may prove a little bit disappointing, but it's still a viable method. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you might try Dungeons out again and see it for yourself. But for now, I'll see you on the next video.